So, I'm killing time in Regina. We had to drive through yesterday, Tuesday, and the storm that was coming is here now, and very happy that we drove through yesterday rather than waiting until Thursday. The storm looks pretty nasty. Highways are icy, etc., etc. We were lucky, and there had been a brief storm in between Oak Lake and Regina, about hour and a half outside of Regina, 2 hours outside of Regina. It had snowed and gotten slushy and icy and such, but luckily it melted off before we got to those areas, so it was clear all the way through. Bit windy and a little bit of sleet on the way into Regina, just outside of Regina, but all's good. So we're safe and sound, and just killing time basically. It's a little too nasty outside to really tour around Regina to do shops, etc. So basically it's just killing time. The hotel we ended up with unfortunately has very few channels on the TV, so I've been watching podcasts and such as well, and some TV. But yeah, the TV channel choice is limited. And yeah, we've got some food places around us, so that's good. Not out in the boonies or anything. And then we'll be tomorrow we'll be transferring to the hotel near the location, which is a little more of an expensive hotel, but is right near the location. It's very convenient. So and we don't have to worry about the load. The parking lot looks pretty secure, etc. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. So yeah, stay tuned. Just one little tip. One of the things I did was posted a few items that I have at the show on Kijiji, in the local Kijiji ads, to see if we can maybe drum up a little bit of business from that. Basically put in the ads the items and saying they're available at the show. So that hopefully will maybe sell them. We'll see. Hopefully it will help, but I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, tomorrow is set up. Thursday at 2 o'clock. And because of the weather and being sloppy and slushy and wet, by the sounds of it, we won't be able to drive in, so we'll have to haul the stuff in on carts. So, but apparently they're supplying some labor as well, so that'll be good. A lot of shows don't supply you with help, so you're kind of on your own a lot of the time. So always have a cart handy. You never know when you're going to need it. So it's now Thursday, and this is what it looks like outside. So it's still snowing like crazy, and highways are closed in east of the city. So it's a good thing we came on Tuesday, but it's not looking good today either. We've got a 15-minute drive to the curling club where the show is, but yeah, they're saying don't travel if you don't have to. But we have to, so I guess we're going to be taking off about the hotel is letting us stay till noon, so the show is at 2, or opens at 2 for setup, so I guess we'll see. That's what it looks like though. Fun. And it's probably doesn't show as well on the camera as it does in person, but you can see it's snowing quite a bit and blowing, and visibility is not great. But anyway, at least we're in the city and we're here, so we're doing the show. But yeah, I don't know if it bodes well for a crowd. So yeah. Oh well. Next frame, you'll see us setting up at the show, I guess. So we got lucky and the promoter texted us and let us know that we can set up early so we don't have to wait around the hotel and such. So 11 o'clock rather than 2. So that'll get us in there earlier. She's letting some larger vendors in earlier. But we can't drive in because of the snow and such. So we're going to have to manually unload everything onto carts and move it into the space. But apparently they've got help. So some strong guys to help. So we'll see. And yeah, so I guess we'll show you setup next. So we're here and unloaded. They helped us unload and set up the tables like this time. Had to adapt. Smaller space than last time and still 6 tables, so had to put 2 here, 2 on the end, then 2 in the middle and make it a walk-in booth. So that's what we've done. So we'll get to unpacking. So the next time you'll see this, it should be a lot of it unpacked and set up. So yeah, here we go. So one of the helpers accidentally tipped over a box and this fell out. So we got 1 casualty, but luckily it was only $8, not a big deal. So yeah, but got 1 more box to check that fell over, so we'll see what else is damaged, if anything. So another record setup. We got set up so quick this time that I'm kind of amazed with myself. But we got lots ready to go. Even got the showcases arranged, or mostly arranged, not quite 100%. Yeah, got everything ready and organized and set up pretty much the best it's gonna get. So could have used another crate worth of stuff maybe. But yeah, let me know what you think, whether it's set up nice or not, or anyway, there we go. That's the tables. So we're at setup, and just at one end of the hall or arena or whatever. There's a few haven't made it yet, a few that won't be coming, but I'll do a shot from the other end as well. There's my booth there. Oh, now you're on YouTube. So this is from the other end. This is still set up. This is first day of setup, and then Friday morning they're set up, and then it opens at noon. So fairly small sale actually, but still lots of vendors and some interesting stuff. So we're having a bit of a delay. My buddy's van has got a shimmy in the front end, so we're sitting at a garage and hopefully going to find out if there's anything majorly wrong or whether it'll be safe to drive back. But yeah, so show starts today, opens to vendors at 8 a.m. It's now about that, but opens to the public at 12. I'm all set up, so it's not a big deal for me, but my buddy's still got to set up some showcases and such, so still got some work to do. But hopefully it all works out. So if you look just beyond the windows, that's the crowd. 15 people thereabouts, maybe 16. So yeah, that's going to be the big rush. Oh boy. Hopefully it'll be like last year and there'll be lots of people come through in after 5. Anyway, here we go. Even got sky cam. Well, hopefully it doesn't crash into anything.
Okay.
So there's still a bit of a crowd. It opened at 10 today on Saturday. So it's still a decent crowd so far. Sales are going better today, but a little slow on this end of things. So, a bit of an update on what happened with the van. Plus, I'll give you a quick synopsis of how the show really went for me. The van turned out, we left the van with the garage, and they gave us a ride back to the show. So they gave us a call late in the morning, early afternoon, and it turned out the tires were separating on the front. That's why the van was shimmying. So yeah. So my buddy had to pay for 2 new tires, and we caught a cab back to the garage after the show was over that day on Friday. And yeah, so that fixed the issue. So yeah, quite always seems to be an adventure. And show-wise, the sales first day for me weren't as good as I'd hoped. There was a decent crowd in the end. At first, there was only about 15-20 people in line, so that didn't bode well. But it was 12 noon on a Friday, so obviously not a lot of people were coming out because of obviously working, but a lot of keeners, I guess, had showed up. But yeah, it did pick up during the day, and sales wise did just over $1,000. a few dollars over 1,000. Not great. I was hoping to do at least 1,500, maybe 2,000 the first day, but so not great. But my buddy did all right. Maybe I just had the wrong stuff. I don't know. But the second day, I did another just over 1,000 again. Last year, I think I did 1,800. So, yeah. So 2 days, just over 2,000. So that wasn't a great show for me. My buddy did okay. I just didn't have the right stuff, I guess. I think next year I won't bother bringing china, glass, and pottery. I'll stick with my original show, which would have been more kind of guy-ish stuff and some neat, interesting things and toys, etc. So there is actually, this particular show is doing another one in September. So I'm hoping, or thinking, not necessarily hoping, but thinking about doing it. The advertising this year for this past show was actually better than last year, and so they're improving on that. Hopefully they take some advice from one of the vendors there that had been in the advertising industry, so hopefully they'll do that. But yeah, they're getting better anyway. I did have a couple collectors say that they weren't happy with advertising. They had found out about the show by accident from other people that had happened to have seen it online. So I think maybe if they do some more advertising by paper or locally in newspapers and maybe coffee publications and that sort of thing. I don't know. I haven't promoted a show, so I'm not necessarily the expert by any stretch of the imagination. Buddy and I were thinking about doing a show, but we haven't pursued it yet. Anyway, so yeah, sales-wise, I did, like I said, just over 2,000 total, which isn't great. When you think about it, basically that's expenses and cost of goods and no profit. So yeah, so basically I turned some inventory into cash again, but I didn't really make any money. And you've got to expect that sometimes that'll happen. Yeah, my expenses were fairly high. You're looking at about $350 for the booth alone. And then there was another, let's see, 5 days in the hotel at an average of $125 a night, but split that in two, so maybe say another $300, $400. Food, so say another 100, and that's probably being conservative. We did just buy groceries and made sandwiches and that sort of thing, and new microwavable meals, because there was a grocery store beside the second hotel we stayed at. So conserved a little bit there, and then fuel will be another chunk of change. So basically that first 1,000 is consumed by strictly expenses. And $2,000 worth of sales, say 40% of that is cost of goods. So you're looking at $800 cost of goods, at least. So where does that leave you? It leaves you with maybe a couple hundred, and your time. You know, I had the store closed for 5 days, although with the storm and such, probably wouldn't have been busy anyway. But yeah, so it wasn't a great show for me. Could have been far better, but oh well, that's life. It won't prevent me from doing the show again. I think it's improving in general, so I think I'll probably still end up doing the show again. But yeah, I will want to take more stuff, more of certain types of items, I think, and just go that route. So we'll see. Anyway, yeah, so that was the show. it was, I didn't get as much video as I thought I was going to. It was just busy enough that I couldn't really do a lot of filming. Hopefully some of the clips kind of gave you an idea of what was happening during the show, or the crowd. It was fairly steady, actually, throughout the 2 days. And the second day was from 10 or 9 o'clock till 4 o'clock, and they extended it another hour because there was another event going on in the same building, which had free admission, and we were getting some overflow from that event as well. It was a woodworking show of some kind, but we were getting some overflow from that as well. Anyway, I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and check out our other videos on antiquing, picking, thrifting, scrapping, etc. Take care, folks.